just see the
calls, right?
picture. I don't see the video. Yeah. His name in. He came in for a while. I guess he's still checking on his video or something. So please bear with us just a few more minutes or seconds, right? Just bear with us for a while. I hope you can hear my voice. For those who just come in, can just double check if you all have heard my voice or not. Okay. Okay, so I guess it's all okay on your side. All right, just wait for Dr. Ho, okay? Thank you.
session just now.
Hello.
I see. Never mind, never mind. I actually. My bad. Okay, now I know what's the problem now. Anyway, those here, are you still here? No. Yes. Never mind. I made some mistake, I guess. Okay. Anyway, I'll do this one over here. I mean, this is not the same same team that I joined just now, right? This is another team, right? Anyone can respond to me? Anyone? I just joined in, right?
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Yeah. I think I go to the wrong place just now. But anyway, let's do this right now. I know it's kind of confused at the early morning, 9 a.m. and then everything is actually spontaneous, but it's still fine. Everything is still okay. Okay, later on I will go back to check on the notes here, all the comments. Don't worry, everything is still gonna be all right. All right, let's do the share screen. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen now? Hello, anyone? Can you see my screen now? Yeah. Okay, so we'll start the introduction to the course. Actually, your introduction to the course is supposed to be like 9 to 9:15, but I seems that I accidentally go to somewhere else, so that's why you actually waited over here. So never mind. Remember we must do the recording first. Recording. Where's the recording? Recording. Okay, good. So recording is about to start. Okay. So go through the introduction to the course. So basically, this course is actually course learning outcome is actually fall into these three categories. You have explained the probabilistic and statistical concept, and also use basic probabilistic and statistical concept. These two is actually tied together because why? Once you have learned the concepts of, the basic concepts over there, you always have the applications or actually questions followed by who actually helps you to understand more about how this concept is actually applied in different kind of situations. That's why explain and use these two are actually coupled. Okay, but of course it's two different learning outcomes, but these are the things that you need to achieve. And the last one is actually to employ the appropriate statistical tests to analyze data. So this one is basically more on how you are able to collect the data, okay, and then describe the data and also analyze the patterns of the data using a statistical test that you have, and in the end of the day, conclude the outcome based on the hypothesis that you actually put it in. So that's why the statistical test comes in over here to actually tell us how your data, data when you're comparing from one to another, how they behave. Is it the same or is it different? So this is what we are actually having statistical tests over here. So these are the three main course learning outcomes. And then in terms of the method assessment, they are actually 50 marks plus 50 marks. So you have continuous assessment, 50 marks, and final exam, 50 marks. Okay, quiz. Quiz, midterm test, and group project basically is week 6, week 9, and week 14 at the moment. And then you have 30 minutes, 1 hour report presentation on week 14, so it's okay. And then you have final exam. Okay, final exam this time is actually same as the continuous assessment, will be all online. But because we are actually having an alternative assessment, 2 sets of different alternative assessment to evaluate it. But the details will be announced in next week, okay? Because there's still some things that we need to finalize before I need to tell, before I can tell you all, okay? And the topics to be covered in the class basically is these, including the probability and its notation, Bayes theorem, discrete and continuous, random variables, and also probability distribution. So all these are basic probability concepts. And then we then move on to statistics. We have introduction to statistics, descriptive statistics, introduction to SPSS. All these basically helps you to understand how you are able to describe your data and how are you able, once you have collected your data, put it inside to SPSS, describe it, and again, in using a software and also analyze it. That's the reason why later on you have 3 following lectures. You have inferential statistics, regression and correlation, so non-parametric tests for you to assist you in using the different statistical tests for your outcome. Okay. Then for the class schedule, we actually have 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. standardized for Monday, and then we have tutorial Wednesday 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. The special 3 to 4 session is actually by Dr. Khalid. Okay, so we have 4 lecturers. I'm Dr. Hu, and then there's actually Dr. Sridevi, and also Dr. Khalid, and also Dr. Vimala. We have four lecturers over here. So you need to know who is your lecturer, so that in the end of the day, they are the one that giving you marks. Okay, so whenever you have marks issue, please find them. All right, and then you have software use. Okay, the software mainly we are using is actually SPSS 625, but we are maybe having some issues because we will need to access it from apart from UM. Okay, we need to access it remotely. I'm still investigating the way for us to use the VPN. Okay, so that we can access from remote. And there are also some alternatives just in case the SPSS is not accessible. So they are PSVP, they are R, Python, or even Excel. So don't worry too much. This one will be we will tell you about details in once we are actually going into the classes on SPSS. Okay, and then attendance is taken from Spectrum, but I'm aware that Spectrum right now is a bit slow, so you still have time between 9 to 11 to go in and take your attendance, so don't worry too much. And then in the attendance, there is also one thing called course info. Okay, let me open the course info. Okay, so this is the thing that you actually can check about the courses, okay, in a more detailed manner. Okay, and then let me see. The main thing is over here. You're supposed to check this one in a closer manner because basically this tells you every week what we're gonna do. For example, like this week, we don't really have tutorial because what is actually add and drop week. We don't really, and it's actually the first week of the lecture. So that's why we are actually putting online forum for 1 hour, but we don't really restrict to 1 hour. You can always ask questions via Spectrum messages, or you want to ask in Microsoft Teams. You are using the chat to ask it. It's also fine. But then what? During the tutorial time, I will basically upload the tutorial one, okay, for you to attend, and then you have 1 week to prepare it so that you are able to discuss it during the next week lecture. Okay, so yeah, please take a look on this one. Again, you have questions, then you can actually ask in the forum. Okay. Then online learning via Spectrum and Microsoft Teams. So these are the two main platforms that we are using. And then one thing that I need to request you all to do is please put some picture over here. It's best to have your selfie because I don't really know who is Muhammad, MH, NY, TT, PD, CJ, and so on. Okay, so at least you put a picture over here, then I can see your face rather than I'm seeing your code name somehow. Okay, so this is one request from me. Please do so. And then what else? Okay, last one. Group project. Start to know your friend because why? The group project information will only be distributed on week 3 and onwards. Okay, roughly week 3 and onwards. So it's actually 5 to 6 in the group. And basically, this one is the project that you're gonna collect your data, do your survey and then collect the data, and key in your data to the SPSS and perform analysis and show the outcome in terms of conclusion. So in that case, so how? So how are you able to? For you to achieve all these kind of project information, so you need to have a 5 to 6 in the group. So that's the reason why I'm asking you to find your friends, know your friends as soon as possible. Okay, so that's all for this introduction. Okay, so if you have any questions again, please press the chat and then you can talk to me. Okay, that's all. Yeah, thank you. You have your class start at 9:30, I believe. Okay, for your video call. For your video, yeah. So yeah, that's all. Thank you. Later I will check back the message. Don't worry, yeah, because I'm gonna do your WIA and WIB have different codes. Yeah, so please don't get confused. Okay.